Many people came to see the performances, to visit Santa Claus, or come and see the lights and decorations. It was local businesses that benefited most. While everyone understands the dangers involved on the road, injuries can happen anywhere, even right outside your home. Just a quick investigation of this staircase, and I can feel a ½ inch of ice, which means a serious injury is only one false step away. The University Seal is one of the most iconic symbols of the university and sits in its one of its most popular spots. But the superstitions behind it, well, that's something that some students take more seriously than others. MTSU has to come into this game knowing that they do not hold the tiebreaker over the 8th seed where they are tied with UAB. So every game from this point to the rest of the season is about gaining an edge over UAB. This is the second straight year in which MTSU has dominated the television category, showing why this is one of the best programs in the nation. We already have seen a 1/4 of an inch to a ½ inch of ice that will continue to build throughout the day, and depending on how much precipitation, we could be getting up close to an inch. Guys, it has now been 7 halves since the Middle Tennessee Raiders have put something on the scoreboard, and you can tell that in the way they're playing. They are doing everything they can to get that ball up. They're clearing it every chance. They're taking shots from way outside the box just to put any type of pressure, just to see if they can get something on the board.
Good, like I want to cry.
There were definitely some tears, but mostly smiles on the faces of an entire student body.
So this all came about because of Caitlin.
A student body that rallied behind one girl's efforts to help women who have lost their hair to cancer feel a little bit better.
I had a family member that got cancer, and I don't have a lot of money to give back to the community, so I just cut my hair.
After a faculty member survived cancer to come back to teach, it was just the motivation for her to act and give up part of herself for the beauty of others, and soon found out that she wasn't alone.
It makes me really happy because my friend had cancer and she passed, and I can help people with cancer and stuff.
As a cancer survivor, to have that option is a wonderful way to still feel like you're a woman, because many women identify themselves by their hair because it's part of what it means to be a woman, and some women, they don't get that option, and so they need it.
And that's exactly what they did. To make a complete wig after processing, you need about 8 to 10 inches of hair. Now, to put that into perspective, the girls at Central High donated 274 inches, or an equivalent of me at 6'4", lying down 4 times. And for Caitlin, it represents a continuing effort.
I don't have hair, so that's something that I have, and I'm always going to have it, so I can just give it away, and I'm going to have it again, just give it away all over again.
For News 3, I'm Michael Ward. And that's the goal, at least the one most participants in March Madness aim for. Arguably the best time in sports for the year, March Madness has the ability to make fans cheer for teams they never would normally, all to make their bracket look as good as possible. Yet as much time as people spend picking these games, the perfect bracket is never achieved. More than 15 million brackets like this one here were submitted to ESPN alone this year. And after the first day of the tournament, only one remained perfect, and that one was broken the next day. This leaves the question, what is the best method to pursuing that perfect bracket?
Some of it's based on location, who's got to travel to play. Some people may or may not take that into account. Some of it's based on coaching.
I look at games and I look at teams and I look at their last 10 games because I think that's probably the best way of judging how good they are coming into the tournament.
But even with this strategy, these methods have yet to produce a perfect bracket, leaving hope for those who take a little more lighthearted approach.
Well, I'm not big on basketball, to be honest, so I would probably look at the names and the team logos and see which ones look cooler.
And makes room for even crazier ways.
whose mascot would win in a fight.
Cool the logo is and how awesome the team sounds.
Lowest graduation rate.
Probably wouldn't even put basketball teams in it. I would just list off awesome teams I know, like the Mighty Ducks, the Bad News Bears.
Who has the cutest players, cutest point guards.
Spun a pin, dropped a pin.
The sorority girls, pick brackets.
Even with all of these methods, there's one thing all participants can agree on.
Yeah, I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to it.
At least until that holy grail of a perfect bracket comes to be. Reporting for News 3, I'm Michael Ward.